Hello. Welcome back to Me versus Myself. Episode 41, I think. We have a little bit of a live audience today as someone's coming and saying hi.
Hi. Hi.
It's my little brother Adrian. Adrian Guillen, say hi to the microphone.
Hi.
Well, yep. As you can see, I'm kind of a mess. I look like a mess. But I'm really just trying to get a podcast episode going. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna need you to not be jumping though, okay?
Okay.
Because when I do my podcast, I usually do it alone. Okay?
All right.
And you can be here, which is totally fine. But also, like, I need you to respect.
Oh, then I got a paper to also do.
All right, handsome. That's fine. But
Say hi.
I know you can say hi again. But I just need you to understand that I kind of do this alone, and it takes time for me to get in the zone where I can kind of just speak freely because I feel like this is exclusively mine. So having somebody hear me is kind of weird. But I guess I'm not there yet in the sense that like live audience kind of thing. Melly, say hi, Melly. Oh, Melly likes to be on the podcast. You leaving already?
Yeah, it's 11.
What time is it?
I'm looking for these.
It's right here. It's right there behind the speaker. Oh, right there under the light switch.
Thank you.
You're welcome, homie. Be safe.
Ellie.
Sorry. I should have waited a little longer, but it's okay. This is part of the process. Quarantine has everyone home, so it's not really like I can avoid anybody, you know? I'm allowed to be home alone though, so who cares? As of where I've been or what's been going on with me, let's kind of talk about that. I guess the word you can kind of say is uncertain, like very, very uncertain as of like the future. Very uncertain about what's next. Very uncertain about just a lot of personal things that I'm not sure what's gonna happen, you know? So like I've just kind of been caught up in like decision making. I've been caught up in thinking about things and thinking about making decisions that might have a super different effect on my life. And it's just really uncertain, you know, like I guess that's part of like life, really. You never really know what's going on. It's more the fact that I've just noticed a few things in my life that I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of. But also like part of me, like, and me still knows and understands that that's there. I guess right now I'm thinking of like the future, really. I'm thinking about me, because yesterday or 2 days ago, oh, my dog's gonna be annoying because she thinks my other dog wanted her to walk, but they're really taking her to the vet, so poor Luna. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. This isn't normally the situation when it comes to podcasting. I kind of just get my own world for a bit, but this is fine. You know, I'll make it work. I think like I've just been very uncertain, and I've been thinking about things that go on in my life right now. And thinking about it, I feel like, you know, well, quarantine, obviously home alone, can't go anywhere, so that I don't really care about that. I'm kind of used to it already. Like, it doesn't matter to me that much to go out or not. Like, it's not a big deal to me. But also, it's like now moving forward, I have to think like, okay, when it does come time to go out and do stuff, like, how will I choose to interact with the world, right? Because I just feel like like the things that are gonna stay in my life and people and like friends that are gonna stay in my life will be there. You know, it's like, and I have a lawnmower in the fucking background. I really hope you can hear this. Can you hear this? I don't think you can hear it into the mic, but man, like honestly, like I've just been stuck. I've been caught up in dealing with whether or not I want certain people in my life. Like it just things have been going on that pushed me away and pushed me away to where like I've kind of learned to deal with my life, not necessarily without them, but to an extent where it's like limited. You know, it's like if the interaction is limited, like I've got to a point where I kind of don't care anymore. And it's like obviously I do care, but also it's like I've got to the point where it's like I'm distant now, and I'm starting to notice a change in my mindset when it comes to certain people and certain things like that. And I don't want to, because like obviously I'm still attached to people and I'm still like I'm still there. And like I know that's like, well, like why not? I'm not making any fucking sense today, bro. Honestly, that's how to tell you the truth, like that's where I've been. This is where I've been. This is what's been going on. Like I've just been really uncertain and very like unsure of like what I want for right now, because I've been living in the moment, like I said last episode. I've been living in the moment a lot. I've been very like I've just been at home and like very present with my family and just working on like me, I guess, but also like thinking about things that are outside of the normal, you know, like outside of like the current day. Because obviously, okay, for example, as you can say, like I don't see my girlfriend anymore because quarantine, and it's like we don't really talk all that much. But also like I guess there's just a balance of where like, okay, like we're not talking much, but like it still feels like we do, and maybe we don't because of quarantine. So it's like I understand I'm changing a lot about me, like for like the sake of the quarantine right now, but also like when it comes to like being out of quarantine, like what's next for me? You get me? Like I'm just not sure of, or I'm not sure really what I want for myself. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry, Loon. Oh my God. Give me 1 second, okay? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She had grabbed the medicine container thing, my dog, and was running towards like the other side of the house, probably gonna chew on it. So I saw that and chased her down and got that thing back. I really wish I knew what to say, or really could come closer to terms with what I'm feeling right now. And I'm just very lost. Very, very lost and very unsure of like what I want for myself again. Like back to that. Like I'm in a spot where it's like it's just so hard to make this decision that I know it's gonna like influence my life in a big way, in a huge way. That's just like I'm not sure. Like it's so uncertain, and I think that's what like scares me, and that's where I've been like stuck on just like the fact that I know, like, I guess shit changes, you know? Like, and it's also being clear, like, it's like I'm having these thoughts, right? And like things are happening that are like further, like making me, helping, like, I guess, further allowing me to believe that like these might be right. Like it's further allowing me to like distinguish things that I might not have noticed that are still going on, that like I now realize are going on, despite like I I'm trying to be as honest as I could be, and it's like I really don't know like half of what I'm feeling, but like I just feel so uncertain about everything. Like yesterday or 2 days ago, I came to terms with like my goal of life, or like what I want for myself, and like, okay, bro, this is my theory and my view and my take on my life and what I want for myself, and like in the long run, like at the end of the day, I guess you can say. It's like this is what I want for my. It's like I guess this is my journey, right? This is the journey that I'm on. For my life, I want to get to a point where I can wake up on the beach. It's like the moment I can wake up on the beach, I've made it. Whether I'm rich, whether I'm broke, whether I'm, you know, super successful with a lot of money and super successful with like fans and super successful and like, whether I'm somebody or whether I'm nobody, like the moment I get to be on the beach is freedom like I've never ever imagined it. Like that to me is freedom. Like me being able to just wake up on the beach and not worry about anything that I worry about now, for example, or not worry about anything this world puts on us, right? Because, well, like there's just a lot of social pressures in this world. There's a lot of negatives. There's a lot of traps that society sets, and that if you're not really focused, like you kind of get trapped in there too. And it's like I think I want to get to a point where it's like, if I have to move somewhere or go anywhere, like to live on the fucking beach, to wake up on the beach, like I will, and I don't mind, because like at the end of the day, that's what I want for my life. Like that freedom that I'm gonna get like at that moment, and that, you know, like to where I get to the point where it's like every day for the rest of my life I can wake up on the beach if I want to. You know, whether I own the land, whether I'm fucking homeless and like, you know, broke. Like if I can wake up on the beach, like I'm set. That's all I'd ever need in life, and that would make me happy. Because the money doesn't exist, the cars don't exist, attention doesn't exist when I'm on the beach. Like all of that stuff doesn't matter when it comes to me me being on the beach at the end of the day. So it's like if I'm 30, you know, if I were to just leave my house now and be broke and be, you know, like unsuccessful for the rest of my life, like for me to just be able to go on the beach and not do anything, that's complete freedom of my life. Like that's me being in control of everything I do, everything I eat, everything I decide to do would just end up being like back to me. And that's what life is, you know. Like life is us dealing with our circumstances and dealing with our feelings our own way. It's like that voice in our head is very powerful, and like that voice is sometimes more right than the physical you, like on the outside. It's like, yes, we're real on the outside and we're physical, like you physically can see my hand, but like you cannot hear the head in my voice. You can't see the visions I see for myself. And also, like I think that's why it's led me to like question a lot of things, and question like whether or not, like, I guess what I want for myself, really. Like just question again, it just leads me to question like what I want for myself and what I want to pursue. Because like obviously, like I'm not saying like obviously, like I said that like I can wake up on the beach and be broke, like, and I don't care about that. Like honestly, I wouldn't mind being broke, or not having much, or not being, you know, quote unquote rich, or, you know, being anything like positive to anybody. Like it's just, I guess this is what I really want for me is like being able to wake up on the beach and like when I'm there at the moment, know that like everything I tried to do or everything I did to get there was worth it and happened for a reason and happened my way. You know, it's like there's things that I enjoy doing in my life that I realize that don't sit well with certain people in my own life also. Right? Like that's normal. But at the end of the day, I think back and it's like, well, like if I'm in control of my life, who's to say I can't do this? Who's to say I'm, like, I guess who's to tell the voice in my head, like, no, outside of me? I don't think anybody can really do that for me. I don't think anyone can, like, stand up for, like, anything that I necessarily believe or, like, something that, like, I might not, like, be too fond of. Like, if I don't feel a certain way, if I feel a certain way about something, it's like, must be for a reason. And there must be something that like is right about what I feel. And I think about what anybody feels, right? Because that's what life is. Like you're brought to here without really wanting to really be here. Like whether or not you wanted to like be born, like you were born. You didn't have a choice there, really. And it's not like you could have just like chose to like not live. And it's not like I'm choosing to live right now, like I'm just living. It's like we all have a choice to do everything we want to do, and like I think as we grow up, like we realize, and like I think when we make friends, like we realize that those people are interested in doing the same things we want to do with our own life. So that sense of connection brings us together. But also like there's people that you're not friends with, and people that go against what you like or like things that you're not really interested in, but like at the end of the day, everybody just wants to be right about their own things. Everybody just wants to be right about their world because that's all they know. That's all everybody knows. And it's so weird, like, to be in this spot, to be in this situation where I'm kind of debating whether or not, like, I want certain things for my life and whether or not I don't. Like, it's just hard to, like, really try to, I guess, really have things figured out again. Like, and I it sucks because I'm fucking 18 years old. And obviously I don't have it figured out. Like, who does, man? Like, I don't think, I don't know that many people have their life figured out. But I'm just learning a lot about myself, really. And especially, like, quarantine has just been me learning about me. Me being able to, I guess I've just been sitting with my thoughts, man, and hearing myself think. And, like, that voice in my head has always been so strong. Like, I remember, like, so vividly, like, about a year ago, this voice, it wasn't necessarily the same voice now, like, because it was, like, a lot deeper and darker, and, like, the things I kind of felt like I wanted to do, or things I felt like I guess were right, like, were not right, regardless of, like, me. Like, I'll be honest, it's like, we can feel what we, like, not necessarily everything you feel is correct, but it's correct to you. So it's like if you can analyze and be like, yo, that's not cool for like other people, and like there's nothing wrong with sacrificing for other people. Like when I say I want things my world, like my way, obviously like I can abide to other people's standards, and I can do what other people wish for me to do, and I don't mind like completing anything that I've been asked to do. Even if it's not like the way I want it to go, like it's obviously just like giving in to whatever else is like telling you to do something. But it just sucks, man, not having anything figured out at 18. And it's about to be a year that I graduated high school, and I feel like I've grown so much. I really have. I feel like I've just distanced myself from a lot of people that are in that same mindset. Because I feel like, okay, for example, a lot of people my age are still kind of stuck in that network of people. Especially now that I see with social media, like, bro, it's like I follow it's like the people I follow on social media are the same people I followed during school. So it's like we're still all connected, but like we're all doing different things. But it's like, why am I still connected to people that went to my high school that also like I don't talk to anymore? Like maybe they were high school friends that I could have made, but I didn't make them at the time. So it's like, what is sticking around the same network gonna do for me? Am I gonna move forward, or am I just gonna fulfill fantasies or like what ifs from high school? Because that's my thing. Like it's like, yeah, squads, having a group chat, having like friends like that. I used to really care about that and really like want it more. I guess it's just the feeling of feeling accepted and feeling like you belong to certain people. But I realized that I'm not normal. I realized that I'm a loner. I realized that I'm a popular loner. And it's like, what the fuck does it matter? Like what this person from my second period class last year cares? Like why do I care about what they're doing now? Like I don't give a fuck, like honestly. And maybe that's the way some of them are like with the podcast. Like I'm sure people see the podcast and are like, what the fuck? Like what is he doing? And I don't care. Like a lot of it's irrelevant. But it's like I don't really feel like I have anything to do with those people that used to be in my life, or people that weren't in my life to begin with. They just went to the same school with me, then now I just follow and waste energy on. Like I'm okay with being alone, or like this is what I said too. Like if I have to go to the beach and get there alone, and get to the point where it's like I wake up on the beach and like alone, I don't care. Like I'm at a point where it's like I've been alone for so long and I felt alone for so long that it's like it's kind of becoming comforting, the fact that like I'm alone. Like it's becoming a lot more comfortable. Like I'm becoming a lot more comfortable with like being isolated. And before I used to see that as more of a weakness kind of thing, where like I wanted attention, I wanted validation, I wanted things to go my way so I can feel a certain way. But at the end of the day, it's all bullshit. It's all fake. And it's like if I get to the beach, or I get to the end goal really, and if by that time I've been successful, I've been unsuccessful, I've been rich, I've been not rich, I've been popular or not popular, I don't care. Because to me, like this life is meant to live. It's like I wasn't born to work at fucking Home Depot or work at Lowe's or work at fucking supermarkets. And respect to everybody that does that, because that's all contributing to society and everyone's just doing their thing. But for my life and for my world and the way I see the world, like I just gotta live. Like what the fuck do I gotta do? Like money is so temporary. Like I don't understand. Like obviously the hunger to chase it and to make your life a little bit better, like obviously money can do that. Money is the ladder, right? Money, you can climb the ladder with money. You can climb, you can reach new heights with money. But also it's like if I wanted to travel, if I have to fucking sail or a boat to get to the other fucking side of the world, or I have to like ride a cheap ass boat to get there, bro, like I don't care. I don't care if it's not first class. I don't care if it's not on an airplane. I don't care if I have to fucking drive there. I don't care if I have to walk there, take the bus there. Like I don't care. Like I just want to live. I just want to live. I don't want to have to work or have to have a boss to tell me where I have to be at this time and what I have to be doing at this time, what I have to be wearing. Like, no, fuck that, dude. I don't care. And it's like I'm at a point where it's like, well, if I'm alone, who's to tell me what I can't do? Like, it fucking sucks, and it's so scary, the fact that like I'm coming to these realizations, but also it's like this is so real. Like this is me. Like I feel alone because I am alone, and now I'm owning the fact that I'm alone, and it's like I feel like that was the last infinity stone that was fucking missing. Like, bro, like for so long I dealt with the feelings of feeling lonely. It's been like 4 years maybe since fucking 8th grade. I have memories of like being in the crowd and being like, do I even belong here? 8th grade, man, and it was just like, it's been 4, 5-ish years now. And I look back and I kind of am starting to get a feeling of like, yes, like I'm alone. I'm a loner. I don't care anymore. And I don't care for people's attention. I don't care for validation. I don't care for anything that's not, anything that doesn't matter to me. It's just doesn't exist anymore. Certain things that I used to care about and I used to beat myself up over, I don't anymore. Certain things I used to think I liked, I don't like anymore. Certain people I used to look up to or like really seek their attention, like I don't anymore. And if anything, like me living my life will only make those people that I didn't, or that didn't really like me more, or like crave the feeling of like being able to just act on how you feel, because nobody's done that, bro. Nobody does that. And a lot of people are scared to really act on how they feel and really just live. But it's okay. Like, it's fine. Like, it's not for everyone. And accepting this, like, it doesn't matter to me, because I've seen the lifestyle of Mexico, where my parents grew up, where my grandparents still live. And it's like, bro, like, this is literally the same fucking, they wake up, they breathe, and they go to sleep. And everything that happens in between the day is the same every day. It's maybe not the same like my life, but they're living and they're happy. And I go there and I realize how happy I am. And maybe it'd be different if I was actually living there at that, But even then, like if I have to live with less for a long time, I don't care, man. I just don't anymore. And this is what quarantine's been teaching me. Like it's been teaching me to be a lot more present in my own thoughts and in my own head and in my own feelings. And I realized that like if I live with less for so long and then at the end of the day get the beach, bro, like just wake up on the beach. Because this is the thing, like, I know I'm capable of all of this. Like, I know this podcast is going to be big. I know I'm going to be, remembered. But also, it's like, if I don't, in the case that I wasn't, I don't care. I'm going to go hard at this podcast and, and the podcast in, 30 years, 10 years, 5 years, if it's big, it's big. And if it's not, who cares? Like, I don't care. This is all a process of me, getting to the beach. And whether I'm on the beach and I want to do podcasts still, like I can. Who's to say I won't be able to do that? Literally, bro, the setup is like, I can literally use my phone and headphones, and that's all I would need. That's what I did for the first 10, 20 episodes of this podcast. Like, it's not a big deal to do. It's not hard to live with less. And especially too, because, okay, where I grew up, man, I've never really talked about this or really told anyone. And I just kind of just don't care anymore. I grew up in a garage, basically, right? And in this little spot, it was what my parents could give us at the time. And I look back and I'm really thankful for it. But I lived in a garage, sharing a bed, sharing, a room, living minimally, not eating out really ever, not really going out all that much. Just living minimally, living a simple life. And for 13 years, I lived there, right? 13 years, I lived there. And I look back and I realize, how much I had with so little. And now, obviously, we've moved up. My parents now own their own house. They have been doing their thing for so long. And, I'm able to live here. And finally have my own room after 15 years of maybe sharing a room and sharing a bed. 3 or 4 years of my life I've been able to live on have my own room, and that's a fucking blessing. But I also look back and it's well, I was okay with that. I never questioned it. I never asked for more. I never seeked more, because what I had was good. What I had was enough. What I had made me happy. And it's now that I have a lot more, it's like why, like it's clear to me that like whether I have a lot or whether I have a little, like it's living. Because the life I live now is good. Obviously, like I have a good life. I have a nice house, nice room, nice equipment, nice phone, nice everything that I need to really get myself going or get myself anywhere. Like I have a computer, I have a job, I have everything that I need to like live. And you know, it's like when this podcast blows up more, like obviously like this becomes like a job in a sense, where because this is a passion of mine, this is something I do for me, this is something I do that I know I've created for myself to really just fucking just talk. Something I've done and something I've allowed myself to really like take into consideration is just like this is my time. Me versus myself is me. And people love it. People like it. It resonates with people. And that it's like whether it resonates with one person or 1,000 people, like the fact that one person can find comfort in something that I say, or just hearing me talk, or you know, hearing me talk might add a certain kind of lifestyle, a certain mindset that I might be giving someone, or an insight towards my own mindset that might inspire someone to like, hey, like maybe it is true. Maybe living with less is a lot simpler and a lot easier. Bro, because that's what minimalism is. Like, obviously you can be minimal and like have like a chair and like a bed and like one of everything, and that's very minimal. But it's also like you can have like luxurious things. You can have certain things like, bro, like honestly, here let me flip the camera. If you're on video only, like you won't be able to see it. But bro, this is my fucking bench press. If you can see it, man, like this is where I've been working out. This is what works for me. Like that's all I need. You know, I don't need to go to a gym to like work out. I just messed up the camera angle. But it's like I don't need to. You know, it's like okay, if I want to work out and get in shape. Oh my god, it's not gonna work. Like if I want to work out and get in shape, like I know what I have to do. You know, it's like if I can not go to the gym, but like okay, I have an exercise mat and I have a couple of dumbbells, I have a pull-up bar. That's it. I have wood to make a bench press. Like that's it, bro. That's all I need. That's all I need to live, man. I'm a full on like you know I'm a hippie. Like I'm not, I mean, necessarily like super anti against the establishment, but like, bro, I just want to live. Like, I just want to live, and like, if that life is possible, who's to say that like you can't just live? Like, nobody tells me to live right now. Like, nobody's telling me to breathe, keep on breathing. That's just something I'm doing, whether or not I'm aware of it or not. Like. So it's like why the older I get, like the less easy it feels to just live. Like why is that? Why is it the older we get, the harder it feels like to live? Because when you're a kid, you're just fucking living. Like obviously your expenses are getting paid for, and like you're getting fed, and you don't have to worry about bills or worry about a house or. But bro, if I have to fucking live under this tree, I will. Like. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm going to die just like you, whether you're in your mansion and, like, whether you're comfy getting the massage, whether you're playing golf, whether you're playing, you know, whether you're swimming in your swimming pool, like, we're all going to die the same way in the sense that, like, once we're dead, we're dead. And whether or not you make it to heaven and I don't, because, like, I didn't follow the societal beliefs, like, oh, fuck, who cares, bro? I don't care. Honestly, I'm not tripping about it. If I can get to the beach, my soul will be happy. Like my spirit, my soul, if I fucking die on the beach, I die on the beach. Like I don't care. Like to wake up and either go down some stairs, bro, and like find the beach there, or wake up in some fucking island that's deserted that I'm not really supposed to be living in, but like here I am. Because who cares? Fuck it, man. Who cares, man? It's like I'm at a point where it's like I don't really care anymore about not meeting standards, not feeling important, not feeling cared for, not feeling attention. Because, like, what? Attention's what? Flattery is what? It's bullshit. Like, it's just words. And it's like if I get there and whoever wants to support me is welcome to. Whoever wants to like push me and motivate me is welcome to. But also it's like if you don't, regardless, like I'm still gonna live my life. And that's fucking and that sucks. But it's the truth. It's the truth of the situation. It's the truth of life, man. Like, you're alive to live. And when you're dead, you can't live anymore. So it's like, why not just live? That's literally all you have to do. Like, literally, if I were to stay here for the rest of, like, okay, yes, you have to eat. That's part of living, though. Like, everything about this life is part of living. But it's like, if I had to never drive again, oh well. Like, so well. Like, I think about my species at its existence. Like, if you think about humans and, like, how far we've came, right? Whether we evolved from monkeys or whether we just magically spawned in here, like, however the hell we got here. When we got here, there wasn't iPads, there wasn't like fucking Teslas, there wasn't cars, there wasn't light bulbs, there wasn't airplanes, there wasn't anything, bro. There wasn't anything. There was nothing, and like slowly we've been learning to make things and make our life easier and simpler. And but also it's like if you look at your dog, man, like just observe your dog. What do? They just live, they exist. They were born to live, and when they die, they're gonna die. And that's life, man. Like they don't have to worry about a job or worrying about, like, if they needed food, they would go find it. If they were hungry, if they needed food, they would go find it. Which is like the same way of us. Like if we're hungry, we're gonna go find food. Whether you're spending your money like in a super fancy place, or whether you're eating McDonald's, like we're chasing food, or whether you're out there hunting and like you kill an animal to survive for your own safety, like for your own sake. Like if we want something, we go get it. Like if I want to go get rich, like I can go get rich. I know that's in me too. Like I know all of that. I'm capable of all that and 10 times more than like maybe I believe in myself. Like, but it's like I know that I can get to the beach, and I can get to the beach rich as fuck with like money that I can just slap people with and like not care. And also I can get to the beach, be broke. At the end of the day, like I'll be at the beach and the waves will come and go just like everything else in this life. Everything comes and goes. Everything comes and goes, man. And I think it's just important to realize that when something just goes, like, it's gone. And maybe it'll come back and maybe it won't, but if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And if it's gonna happen, it'll happen. And it's like live, man. I think it's very important that everybody just starts to really realize that all they have to do is live. All you have to do is exist in this world. And like if obviously we're capable of so much, and if you do something with the time you're here, like you do something and you get a career and you do a career and whatever fulfillment you choose to pursue, like whatever fulfills you, like that's all you. That's something you need to realize and like have an image of. Because to me it's like, okay, maybe I'll be it's like whatever happens, but it's like if I get to the beach, if I get to the point where I can live on the beach and wake up at the beach, I've made it. It's like I'm done there. Like not necessarily like my life is over after that, but it's like once I'm at the beach, like okay, now I can worry about what to do with my time. Because now I'm on the island. Now I'm at the beach. Now I can go swim. Now I can do it. I can just relax in a way that I haven't had to relax ever. It's like when I get to the point where it's like I can be at the beach, not have to worry about a job. If my parents are still alive at the time, like if their house is paid off, like it's paid off. Because I want to get to like the beach. To me is like it's freedom from everything that I know I can do. And to clarify that, it's like, how do I say this? Like to me, this society puts life in a weird way and kind of like in a game, and it's like if you think about it, it's like a game, right? Like you go to school, you have to pass all those levels, and you have to do all these little tasks to get further up the scale. But then your senior year, you're kind of like, well, I mean, after senior year, you're kind of like, well, now what? What's next? It's like, oh no, like the world is yours to explore. Really, like you can do whatever you want to do, and it's like I can just live, man. Like what? Who's to say I have to have a career? Nobody, but me. And it's like if I choose not to have a career and I go broke, like at the end of the day, who's gonna live with that? Who's gonna live with that? Me, not you, not your opinion, not what you want for your life. Because that's how it is. Like life is a game. Like you beat the levels of school, and then you go to college, you get a job, and then you get a house, and you're paying off that house, and then you're getting a job to pay off that house, and then you want more things for your house, so okay, you have to work and pay that off, and then it's just a cycle of a loop. Once you're in that game, you're kind of caught up in that, and you're done, for. Oh, I have to pay my house off. I have to pay my new car off that I bought that I can't afford, but I bought it because I think it's nice. I think it's cool, and my life probably wouldn't be better with it, but I liked it, so I got it, and now I'm dealing with it. Versus me, like completely just going off the other fucking path. Like, okay, you're gonna buy a nice car. Like, who cares? If I can have a car and move around and get to where you can get to, the same where if I can get to this place where your car can get to, like, is your car really better than mine? I mean, maybe it is. Maybe like I guess like parts wise and like motor wise, maybe it's like different, but also like a car is a car, and purpose of a car is to get you to places. So like if you get places with your car, whether it's fucking Bugatti or it's like a cheap ass whip with the wheels falling off, like it's a car at the end of the day, man. Don't stress too much about those little things that don't matter. Don't get caught up in that game, because it's like, okay, I want to beat the game. Like I want to completely like get to a point where it's like I beat the game. I help my parents pay off their house. I help them pay off any cars, or make their life as easy as I can. And then have freedom of like, okay, like they're good, like they're kind of, like you can say like they're out of the game. Now it's like, now we can just really, really live. And it's like, yes, the other day I was crying about like how I was talking to my brother, and I felt so passionate about like that feeling of like when I get to the beach, when I get to wake up on the beach, that feeling that's just like freedom. Like think about that, man. Like what's gonna give you freedom at the end of the day? What's gonna make you feel the most free? After you do your career, after you have your job, after you have your kids, like what's gonna make you feel the most free? And it's like if I get to the island and I have kids and I have a family and I have a wife that supports me for me, and who's traveled the journey with me, like what else do I need? And all that's there, and all that's possible, and all of that is real. All of that is meant to happen too, because I feel it, and I know it's gonna happen. I've seen it, and I've felt it, and I've just seen it in myself for so long that it's like I'm acting on it, and things are gonna come my way. And it's gonna happen. And it's gonna happen, and it will happen, and it's like I'll get the last laugh, where it's like, ha, 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 ha. I'm at the fucking beach now, and you guys are paying off your car that you don't even afford, that you can't even afford, and now you're slaving extra overtime for it to simply buy a car again later. It's like, oh my God, bro, you don't realize you're trapped. Just get out of there, bro. Get out, get in and get out. So it's like, if I make it, I'm getting in and getting out. There's no point in staying in it. Like, there's no point in staying in the game. And it's just, bro, I guess being able to go to Mexico and seeing that lifestyle has put a big, like, sense of comfort in my life. Because one is like, well, they live, man. I look at my great grandma, for example. She's like, I have the blessing of being, my great grandma still being alive. She's, I think, like 100 or 99 maybe. Bro, and she just lives like what, like what does she have to worry about other than living? That's like, what? Why can't I have that life now? Like, at the end of the day, we're both human. And yes, I'm young. I guess I'm capable of so much, but capable of so much in the eyes of who? In the eyes of like counselors, in the eyes of bosses, in the eyes of who? Bro, the only thing that matters is your opinion of yourself. Like, really. Because if you have a negative opinion on yourself, well, like, it's gonna be negative. But take the time to realize, man, that not everything's the same way not everything is the way it seems. Like, take a step back, man. And I think that's why psychedelics for me, like, it really opened my eyes, man. Because psychedelics are a human experience, something you physically experience within yourself that shows you, it pulls you back out of normal. That's like, yo, you're fucking up, or yo, does this really matter to you or not? All right, it's kind of like it's like a clearance thing. It's like when you clear out your clothes, right? It's like, do I like this shirt? Yes. Not really. Or yeah, I do, but like, I don't wear it, so I don't need it. So it's like, okay, yeah, I think about this, but like, I don't really need it in my life. So alright, bye. It's gone. Next. Do you care about this? Yes. Okay. Do you think you're doing this okay? And it's like, you think. Now it's like, am I spending enough time with my little brother? Am I spending enough time with my dogs? And you're like, no, like, I'm not. I'm really not. It's like, okay, so after that experience, you kind of take I realized that I wasn't spending that much time with my dog. Let me go walk her more. Let me go play with my little brother. Make him feel more happy. Make him feel included. Make him feel more excited about being able to just like play. You know, because it's like that's all we're here to do is really just be a kid. Be a kid forever. Because my little brother, he's being a human. Like, he's being himself. He's thinking. He's breathing. He has his own opinions. He's playing. And yeah, maybe real life hasn't hit him. But real life is what? Like the hard life hasn't hit him, but sometimes it doesn't have to hit anybody. Like, what the fuck? Like, okay, say he's not... How do I put this, bro? But, like, real life doesn't exist, I think. Like, bro, just at its very purpose, like, it's about living life and balancing, living life and balance. Live and balance. That's my two favorite words. Live and balance. Because you have to live your life, but also you have to balance your life. Because it's like also me, like if I consume bud, for example, like I'm gonna speak slang terms because I don't really know who's listening, and I care about a little bit because I'm still at home, so it's, I'm not completely free to really speak my mind. But it's like if I consume bud, like I know what's too much for me. You know, it's like though you analyze yourself and realize like what everybody knows their own limits. At the end of the day, you know, like everyone knows their limits, like whether or not they should be consuming, whether or not they shouldn't be, whether or not they have the money for it, whether or not like they're focusing on other things instead of doing this. Like it's all there. Like it's just balancing. It's like if I spend all my day with my dog, like it's like yeah, I spent all day, but also it's like what did I get for me? Like what did I do for me? What else can I do? How can I balance this section? How can I, balance my day so like everybody in my life, everybody that's important to me, like feels important or feels good. Balance, but it's just living, man. I think we have to fucking live. Like, what's wrong with living? Nothing. There's nothing wrong with living. What's wrong with being unsuccessful? Nothing. As long as you're living. Like, I'd rather be unsuccessful than dead. Like I don't want to be dead yet. Because really, when you die, like, you're dead. Like, there's nothing about... Like, this water bottle can't do nothing to me. Like, it can't fucking hit me back. It can't jump back up. It can't stand itself back up. Because that's how it is when you're dead. Like, when you're dead, like, you're present in this world. But also, like, you're not... Like, you're physically present, but you're just not anymore. Like, you bring no more value after that. So it's like, I'd rather be... I guess I'd just not rather be dead, but like, bro, it's like I want to live until like I can't live anymore. like the day I can't live anymore, I'll know, and I'll just understand that like that life is over. And I can't live anymore, and that's it. Like it's over. And think about that. Step out of your normal routine and think about like, like when I'm dead, like everything I do in my life is over. Everything I did happened. Everything I thought, everything I felt, everything I said, everything I ate, everything I played with, every person I talk to is like, it's just there. It's done. Life is moving straight. It's like not backwards. There's no time to just go back and like revisit things and then keep moving forward. Like no, it's like moving forward and moving forward, and the line doesn't move until like you're dead, until it hits the wall and it's like dead. And then all that just becomes bullshit because everybody just moves on after you die. Like you die, everyone mourns for a bit. People are in pain. But like years later, it's just kind of like, oh, like man, it's like the anniversary of him passing away, and maybe that evokes feelings, but like that's like maybe a week or a month of the year. So it's like, bro, like just live, man, and live in a way that's like good, because like obviously it's important to live how you want, but also be considerate of others, man. Like I can't necessarily say like live and like don't neglect everybody. No, like be honest, be obviously like don't fuck up society, don't be mean to people, but like at the end of like still know like you're living to please yourself the most. So it's like maybe don't please everybody. I mean, maybe don't like just don't be mean to people you don't need to be mean to. Like I mean, you don't have to be mean in general, to be honest. There's really no reason to be mean, but also it's like just, man, live your life, but be considerate of others, because they're just trying to live their life too, and really like they're just looking for their own answer. So it's like don't take people away from their path that much. Try not to influence anyone else's path as much. Like just focus on your own, focus on you. And if you feel lonely and if you feel like you don't fit in, if you feel like you're not worth it sometimes, like I promise you that feeling that when you finally feel okay about everything that you've been dealing with, it feels so good. It feels real good to come to terms with like not needing anyone else's attention, not needing anybody else's like, not needing to be in a friend group, not needing to be cared for or sought after, or like not caring if people check in on you or not, because nobody really checks in on me. But also it's like I don't care anymore. It used to bug me, but now it's like, oh well, everyone's living their life, and it's like if I take part in their day, I do, but if I don't, then I don't. Because why? Because it doesn't matter anymore. And I've just kind of been growing a bit, and yeah, I'm getting a lot more comfortable with these longer kinds of episodes. I think it's something I'm going to continue to do, and I hope you like these videos. I mean, well, it's more of a long podcast. Hope you're enjoying this. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you remember to live. I hope you remember to take a step back and realize, like, am I living or am I like kind of existing? It's like get busy living or get busy dying, bro. And I'm fucking getting busy living. Like, why do I gotta worry about everything else? Things that don't exist. Things that, like, why do I have to worry about things that I can go without and still live with? It's like, if I don't have a fucking Lamborghini and I can live without it, like, I don't need it. Simple as that. It's like if I wanted to, and if I wanted to grind and have that much money and get to the point where it's like I can buy it, like, obviously I could. But it's like I'm not losing sleep over it. So at the end of the day, like, whether I have that car or not, like, I'm gonna wake up and live. So it's like, okay, settle for less. There's nothing wrong with settling for less. There's nothing wrong with not having much. I promise you that everything you're worried about will eventually get better. And just remember to keep thinking for yourself. Keep thinking about what you want. Keep thinking about what makes you happy, because that's really what matters. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do for this podcast. Thank you so much for listening, for following, subscribing, for listening, liking on YouTube, for watching on YouTube, listening on Anchor, listening on Spotify, listening on anything, wherever you listen to, man. Please let me know where you listen to. Follow me on Instagram at spiffy underscore, or spiffy Jesus, no underscore, I don't think. Or spiffy underscore Jesus, sorry. I'll put it on the screen. I appreciate everybody that listens to this so much. Like you have no idea how much of an impact you have on my life. Like being able to just, bro, did Anchor just fucking close on the? Anchor just fucking deleted my podcast. This episode did not go on Anchor apparently, bro. That's a L. That's a kind of unfortunate. Bro, that's 2 days where my files get corrupted because of Anchor. It says unable to recover video. What, dude? That's unfortunate. Wow. Bro, if I can't fucking listen to that, that's so annoying. But thank you so much for listening, man. I'm sorry that happened. If you're on Anchor, I'll figure out how I can add this back into Anchor FM. But thank you so much for listening. Have a nice rest of your day.